All right, guys, here's a little secret. Most women won't tell you outright when they're interested. But here's the good news. They don't have to. Their body language does most of the talking. So let's break down the subtle cues women use to flirt without saying a single word. These are the signs that separate the guys who get it from those who don't. Once you know what to look for, you'll never miss a signal again. Hair preening, the oldest trick in the book. One of the first signals you'll notice, and it's a classic. Ever caught her playing with her hair while you're talking? Maybe she's tucking it behind her ear, twirling a strand, or giving it a little toss. Here's the thing, this isn't just about looking cute, it's an instinctive gesture women use to draw attention to themselves. It signals nervous energy, attraction, and most importantly, that she's aware of her appearance around you. This little move taps into our deep-rooted psychology. Hair is a biological marker of health, which is why it's such a powerful nonverbal signal. When she touches it, she's not just adjusting her look, she's making sure you're noticing her. And whether consciously or not, it's a classic courtship behavior that women have been using for centuries, even in other primates. If she's constantly toying with her hair while you're talking, you've probably got her attention. The nface gaze, locking eyes like a pro. Have you ever locked eyes with a woman and felt like the room just disappeared? That's what we call the nface gaze. It's a form of eye contact that goes beyond the casual glance. It's deep, lingering, and, if you're lucky, paired with a smile. What most guys don't realize is that this gaze is one of the strongest indicators of interest. It's intimate, direct, and tells you she's fully engaged. From a psychological standpoint, eye contact like this triggers the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. In the early stages of attraction, this gaze is her way of creating emotional intimacy. It's the same kind of eye contact that mothers use to bond with their newborns. It communicates trust, comfort, and a desire for closeness. So, if she's holding your gaze a little longer than normal, it's not by accident. She's trying to connect. Clothing adjustments. Subtle but significant. Now, here's one that flies under the radar. Ever notice a woman adjusting her clothes when you're around? She might fix her top, smooth out her skirt, or straighten her jacket. It's not because her outfit's uncomfortable. Nope. This is a subconscious move to make sure she's looking her best. Why is this significant? Psychologically, when someone is nervous or trying to impress, they become hyper-aware of their appearance. Adjusting clothing is a form of self-soothing, but it also signals that she's concerned with how she's being perceived. If she's fussing with her outfit when you're around, she's definitely making sure you're noticing her. And, more importantly, that you're seeing her at her best. The tilted head, a sign of vulnerability. The head tilt is a classic sign of flirtation. When she tilts her head to the side while listening to you or when she's speaking, it's a gesture that signals openness and vulnerability. Why does this matter? Because being open means she's comfortable around you. She's exposing a vulnerable part of her body, the neck, which in the animal kingdom, and yes, that includes humans, is a big deal. It's a nonverbal cue that says, I'm comfortable enough with you to let my guard down. Combine that with some eye contact and maybe a soft smile, and you're getting all kinds of positive, flirty signals. The head tilt isn't just about listening. It's an invitation to engage. Dangling a shoe, the unexpected flirt. Here's one you probably haven't noticed but should definitely watch for. Dangling a shoe. It's subtle, playful, and surprisingly flirty. If a woman is sitting down, crossed legs, and starts dangling her shoe off her foot, that's a nonverbal sign of comfort and possibly attraction. This relaxed movement often means she feels at ease around you and might even be unconsciously drawing attention to her legs or feet. Psychologically, it shows that she's relaxed, maybe even a little playful. It's one of those small, seemingly innocent gestures that can actually be a big indicator that she's comfortable and maybe even trying to pique your interest. It's not your everyday flirting signal, but the next time you spot a woman gently swinging her shoe, you might just be witnessing her low-key way of flirting. Exposing the wrist, an old-school seduction move. You might not expect it, but wrists are one of the most seductive parts of the body when it comes to nonverbal communication. If she's exposing her wrists, like when she rests her hand on the table with her palm up, or casually shows her wrist while holding a drink, that's an old-school signal of openness and femininity. Why the wrist? Well, there's a reason wrist perfumes were such a big deal back in the day. The skin here is soft, delicate, and considered a vulnerable part of the body. When she exposes her wrist, she's signaling trust and inviting you to come closer. Psychologically, it's a subtle cue that she's not just relaxed, but she's open to engaging more deeply. The lean in, creating closeness without words. When a woman is interested, you'll notice that she starts to lean in closer, whether she's at the table with you or standing nearby. When she leans into your space, she's signaling that she's drawn to you. This isn't just about hearing better, this is her wanting to bridge the gap between you two. There's a lot of psychology behind this move. Leaning in is about minimizing physical distance, which in turn minimizes emotional distance. It's her way of subtly showing she's engaged and comfortable. The closer she gets, the more likely it is she's interested not just in the conversation, but in you as a person. The foot point. Wherever the feet go, the heart follows. Here's a tip that'll make you feel like a flirting detective. People often point their feet in the direction of what or who they're interested in. So if you're chatting with a woman and her feet are pointed directly at you, it's a good sign she's engaged and interested. If her feet are angled away, it might mean she's not fully invested in the conversation. From a psychological standpoint, feet are some of the most honest parts of our body. They're less likely to be controlled consciously. So while her words or face might play it cool, her feet will often give away what she's really feeling. Feet don't lie, my friend. They might be under the table, but they're always sending signals. Self-touching, a subtle invitation. One of the more subtle and often overlooked flirting signals is self-touching. If a woman starts gently touching her own arm, collarbone, or neck while talking to you, it's a sign that she's feeling self-conscious in a good way. This gesture draws attention to the areas she's touching and is often a sign that she's trying to soothe herself in a slightly nervous but excited state. Psychologically, self-touching is tied to arousal and comfort. It's an unconscious way of calming her nerves while signaling vulnerability and openness. When she runs her fingers along her collarbone or traces her neck, it's a classic sign of intrigue. Pay attention to where she's touching. These spots are usually focal points of attraction. The slow blink, the flirty eye contact break. Here's a subtle one that's easy to miss, the slow blink. If a woman holds eye contact with you and then slowly blinks while looking away, it's more than just a casual break from the conversation. This slow, deliberate action signals a calm confidence and often indicates she's comfortable and interested. Psychologically, the slow blink is a sign of relaxation and trust. In many animal species, slow blinks are used to show non-threat, and in humans, it can be a way to soften intense eye contact without breaking the connection. If you catch her giving you that slow blink, she's likely signaling that she's at ease and possibly flirting in a very understated way. Here's something that'll blow your mind. The way she drinks her beverage could be giving you major clues. If she's sipping slowly and maintaining eye contact, she's drawing attention to her lips and mouth, a classic flirting signal. On the flip side, if she's chugging her drink or looking away as she sips, she might be feeling awkward or uninterested. This taps into what psychologists call mouth cues. The mouth is a major focus of attraction because it's associated with communication, smiling, and of course, kissing. So next time you're out for drinks, watch how she interacts with her glass. You'll be surprised by what you can pick up. Now that you've got the insider scoop on nonverbal flirting cues, don't keep it to yourself. The next time you're out, start paying attention to these subtle signals. You'll see how much women are saying without ever saying a word. And if this video helped, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to After School Psychology for more insights, and drop your flirting stories in the comments. Until next time, keep those eyes open for the signs she's sending.